Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla Strong and I'm going to be doing a February 2020 energetic guidance forecast. And coming from my channel, or what it is that I do here, is I'm pulling cards to help give us that subtle, energetic, internal, emotional guidance to help us move through this month, specifically around the goal of manifesting our reality and what's going to help us and guide us in continuing to put off the vibration and the intentions that we want to put out there so that we are attracting what it is that we want. So let's get started. If you dig this video and you really resonate with what I'm talking about and or it really hits you hard, then go ahead and like, share, and subscribe this video. Comment if you want to see specific videos or things like that. Please comment and let me know. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay too. Honestly, what makes me most excited is that you even took a moment to watch this video, tune in, and decipher and discern if it resonates with you or not. That's all I'm looking for. The more that we can tune into ourselves and really feel what's right for us, this world will definitely be a better place. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So February 2020, January. It's this weird, it feels like we've gone through 6 months, but it's only been 1 month and it's not even over yet. I saw a meme the other day and it was like, it feels like it's January 74th. That's what it feels like. But February is here. It is upon us. So let's get a little bit of energetic guidance. Using 3 decks: Moonology, the Super Attractor deck. These are both Oracle decks, and then the Light Seer Tarot. So I want to start with Moonology deck and just kind of get an Oracle card to start off. What is the energy for February 2020? Where can we put our focus? And that's really my intention when I pull cards. A lot of the time is kind of like, what is the direction or where should I put my attention, right? Because our attention is this beautiful currency that we have. Where our attention goes, energy flows, right? So where can we place our attention that will be the most useful, the most supportive in creating the life that we want? Your dreams need a practical plan. Looks like this. This is the full moon in Taurus. Yo, okay, so this is what I was feeling. January was like, one, it feels really long. So it's like we said, New Year's intentions. We're coming into a new decade. We're thinking like super future. We're like, okay, the next 10 years, like new decade, who dis kind of vibe, right? And in that, we've been shedding things. We've been setting deep intentions, really starting to daydream and dream bigger than we've ever dreamed before, not only on an individual level, but on a collective level, right? And so this month has been so much about like understanding what it is that we need, understanding what it is that we want, what our desires are, that it's okay to have desires, to plant those seeds, and to really plant the seeds for the beginning of 2020. That's what January is about. Now, February is here, and it's like, cool. So you have everything that you want. You set all these intentions, and now it's time to live those intentions. It's time to put the action in place to start to get the balls rolling. To get the ball rolling, right? So your dreams need a practical plan. Again, it may not be the time to like gung-ho and take a bunch of action just yet, but it's time to kind of start to ground. So January was like, what do I want? Intentions, yay! Oh my gosh, I'm dreaming for the future. Oh my goodness. February is like, okay, so now let me slowly start to bring all of that energy that was up here, start to bring it down and ground it and make a plan. So let's see what the cards have to say. February 2020. This is some overall guidance for the collective. All right, not gonna take all of these, but we're gonna take some. Sometimes it's like, you wanna know what you need to do? Here's all of it. That's right. Hit 'em with the flex, hit 'em with the flex. I have all these songs that come into my head while I do this. Flexing on them. Yeah. Okay. So, February 2020, your dreams need a practical plan. Pulled 5 cards here. It's really beautiful and kind of straightforward. So, the first card is the 4 of Wands. This is the Light Seer Tarot, by the way. The Page of Swords. The 2 of Swords. Oh, that's probably better put it this way. You can see it. 2 of Wands. And the 3 of Pentacles. Overall message. Your dreams need a practical plan. Now, February, it's time to be more discerning and get decisive around what it is that you would like, all the dreams and intentions. So it's time to start making decisions around that, and that's how you're going to start to form the plan into place. Now, again, the way that I read is really around not just what you need to do in the physical, but also what energy is supportive to you to hold as you do these things, right? So the 4 of Swords, the Page of Swords, 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. We'll go one by one. So 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is all about rest and contemplation. Swords are about the mind, right? You'll learn a lot from these videos because I feel the need to describe everything. So, the 4 of Swords, swords is mental energy, our thoughts. And so, coming into the month, it's not just about, oh, I need a practical plan, like, let's go. It's about really resting the mind and making sure that we're getting to a place with the mind where it's of support to the rest of our system. We have lived a paradigm where the mind leads everything. And in that, when we don't give it time to rest, we have doubt and anxiety. And so we start to make those plans or take those actions. But if we are not resting the mind and contemplating and really getting the mind to a place of support, we're starting to make plans based on fear, based on doubt, based on, I got to do this because, you know, my mind's telling me that there's doubt and I got to do it right now, or I'm fearful, or I'm not going to act at all. I'm not going to make plans at all because my mind's telling me stories that I've been trying to release for the last 5 years, right? So coming out with the 4 of Swords is this beautiful energy of like, okay, it is time to make plans. It is time to start moving forward. That's super exciting. And the underlying tone of this month is going to be, where is my mind at? What are the thoughts that are running through my mind most consistently? So the 4 of Swords is this beautiful energy of taking the time to rest this mind. This also, contemplation and meditation. So this month, yes, take action, yes, make the plans, but also get on that meditation game. Take the time and the effort to really slow down the mind so that the other guys, the other players, our heart, our higher self, our inspiration, our gut, our instinct, let these other players have their turn. How do we do that? Let the mind take a break. Let it be of support to the rest. Cool. So, Page of Swords, next thing. These goes really well together. When you're able to rest the mind and really come to that place of like, okay, let me just like take a moment. Page of Swords is able to come into play. Now, this is the Page of Swords. Yo. Now, the mind has this beautiful thing And it's a beautiful tool where inspiration can come through and imagination, right? So when the mind is rested, we're more likely to be curious, inspired, and utilize our imagination for good. Anxiety, anxiety and worry and doubt, all of these things are just our imagination with no harness. It is allowing our imagination to imagine what we don't want to happen instead of what we do want to happen. So if we have this tendency or this pattern where the mind's like, oh, this is what I do. Okay, I get an inspiration and I think about all the things that could go wrong. Perfect. It's going to keep going through that. So 4 of Swords is, again, the underlying theme of this month is like, okay, I need a practical plan. Practicality doesn't mean that I don't get to use my imagination, my curiosity, my wonder, right? So it's about how can I really slow down so that I can allow the page to come through. She's out here reading, studying, getting that plan together, really utilizing new areas and curiosities. She's not going into old patterning. And she's also not looking down. She's literally walking on a tightrope, reading a book, and trusting that her inspiration, her curiosity, and all these things, they're like little light bulbs, that it's going to hold her up. The more curious, the more inspired, and the more she utilizes her imagination and really utilizes it towards moving towards what it is that she wants, that those things will help her cross any tightrope walk. Curiosity. So not only are we taking a moment to pull back so that the mind can get curious, can get like, oh, okay, I need a practical plan. I know for me, I think practical plan, I am a feminine energy on this planet. When anytime it's like, okay, time for structure, my whole system's like, what? I just want to play, right? But how can creating a practical plan be more like play? Oh yeah, curiosity. Do your practical plan the best way that's for you. So once we cultivate that energy, it's time to make a decision, when it's time to really sit down and make those plans. So we have the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. Okay, wants me to talk about this one first. 2 of Swords. Ooh. What's that look like to you? Take a moment. Tune in. My intention with these is to give you insight and guidance, but also for you to make a decision. What does that feel like and look like to you? The 2 of Swords is an energy of decision. You're at a crossroads. So you have all these goals and dreams, the intentions that you set, the seeds that you planted, and now it's time to make the plan. How you're going to make that plan and how you're going to move forward is a crossroads. Okay, I've utilized all this. So if we are resting the mind, getting curious, becoming like the Page of Swords, then being discerning and starting to make that decision, 1, won't feel so terrible, and 2, the pathway will become so much more clear. The 2 of Swords is a symbol that you have to take your blinders off and that you have to make a decision to move forward. And you won't know if it's the quote-unquote right or wrong decision until you take action. You can't get stuck in the mind. Again, this is Swords, right? So we can't, if we get stuck in the mind and we never really make a decision, then we never know the outcome. We can never move towards anything, right? So take the blindfolds off, get curious, and be discerning. The cool thing about this deck, which I really love, is they have the affirmation. So I want to read the affirmation for that card. Because I know, personally, I've been stuck in this energy where it's like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? And it feels like you're stuck and you can't see which way to go. You can't even see that you have options, right? So this is like, move out of the blindfolds. Tell the crows to stop quacking in your ears, so that that inspiration and curiosity and imagination can do its magic. The mind can be utilized the way that it was meant to be utilized, so that you can make a decision to move forward. Two of Swords. When blinded by the unknown, I can trust myself to move towards the light. So once you do that, and this beautiful energy, you have an option. You can be in the Two of Swords or you can be in the Two of Wands. Now, look at these two cards. What's the energy you feel between this card and this card? Completely different. Both two. Two of Swords, indecisive, scared of the unknown, has the blindfold on, can't see, and won't make a decision because it's the unknown, right? That's when we get stuck in like, well, I don't know which way to go, so I'm just not gonna go. Two of Wands is fire energy, it's spirit, it's the essence, it's the passion, it is imagination incarnate. It is like, it's okay that I can't see it quite yet, but what I'm gonna do is daydream and really visualize and utilize my mind, utilize my imagination to picture the perfect way of how I would like it to work out. How would I like it to go? What is the outcome? Not just setting intentions, but like, okay, cool. My dreams need a practical plan. Awesome. What does that plan look like? And not from a place of, this is how I think it's supposed to be done, but that doesn't really feel good to me, so I'm not gonna move, or I don't really know, so I'm just gonna keep my blindfolds on and not doing it. The Two of Wands, she's like, all right, listen, it's time for me to do something new, time for me to step out. I'm gonna like look out the window and start to envision what would I like it to be, and then move in that direction. Even if I don't know exactly what the outcome is just yet, it's time to start moving. And the best thing that you can do is move from that curiosity and joy and imagination. You are creating what it's gonna be like, what it's gonna look like. This is a beautiful message. For example, this whole YouTube thing for me and my dreams, I have all these ideas and intentions that I want, but I have to set a plan in motion. Now, if I set in a plan in motion the way that someone else has done it, or the way I tell myself in my head that sitting down and creating structure has to be, I have to sit down and I have to do it at this time and I have to do it this way, and all of a sudden I feel small and crinkled up and I can't flow, and my creativity is just out the window because I have to do it in this very strict way. When really the Two of Wands is like, you can do it however the hell you want to do it, dog. All it says is your dreams need a practical plan. Practicality does not equal pain. It does not equal negative. It equals your practical plan. Get creative with how your plan will work out, right? So the Two of Swords is here to say, imagine the plan that you would like, and then put that plan down into the physical. And that, my friend, is how we get to the Three of Pentacles. Thank goodness we have some Pentacle energy. Pentacles are earth energy. It is the physical realm. It is physical reality. It is the body and everything outside of self. Whereas the Wands, the Cups, and the Swords are all mental, emotional, spiritual energy. Earth energy is the tangible energy. It is our bodies, which is still a part of us, but it's also the grounding energy, right? So Three of Pentacles is here to say, allow yourself to go through this beautiful process of putting your plans into action, starting with resting the mind first, allowing it to come to a clear place. And clear doesn't mean that you know exactly what's going to happen. Clear means you're willing and able to imagine how you would like it to happen. Then we move into getting curious and wondering and utilizing the imagination, allowing the mind to run wild in how we would like it to be. Dropping the energy of how it's supposed to be, or putting the blindfolds on because we can't quite see it yet, and moving into the energy of, okay, I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm creating it, and what's a plan that feels best for me? Not the way that everyone else is telling me to do it, not the way that feels bad because I think that hard and bad equals results, or hard and bad equals hard work. No. It's about, how do I want it to look like? And then come into co-creation. The Three of Pentacles is a collaboration energy. It is like getting into the community and working with others. But for this energy, what I'm feeling is like, and then come into co-creation with spirit. Understanding that the universe has your back. You're not just doing it all by yourself. You're coming to that clear place of imagination so that something bigger than you, your higher self, all this energy can plop on in and give you that amazing idea, that amazing way of doing it, the way that feels best to you, right? So you're doing all of this clearing of the mind and really setting the intentions around making a plan so that you can then move into action, Pentacle, start to ground that and be in co-creation with spirit. Be in co-creation with the universe, be in co-creation with God, co-creation with Source. I can use 20,000 names because it's something that is nameless. It is the mystery that is, the things that we can't control, right? So understanding that it's time for us to control and start to make that practical plan, but also make space for the co-creation with spirit to start to really ground that into being. So I'm going to pull one more oracle card, and then that's the end of this video. If you like more, share and subscribe. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you like. I'm going to be doing a February 2020 for all the zodiac signs. This is going to be my first time doing that, and I'm very excited to tune into each and every one of your energies specifically. This is really beautiful energy read. Your dreams need a practical plan. But do it in a way that you've never done it before. Do it in a way that feels good for you. Don't get stuck at the crossroads and never put the plan into actions. Allow yourself to really imagine and dream and put passion into it and make that space so you can come into co-creation with spirit and maybe even some people in your community. And maybe even put that plan into action, and that plan incorporates utilizing other people, uplifting other people, allowing other people to exercise their gifts. Whew, that would be beautiful, right? Make a practical plan that involves others if it feels right for you. So you can be in community and co-create with them. I have all these crows outside. All the birds. Okay. It's a beautiful message to end February 2020. When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. Again, February 2020, allow the underlying energy to be the Four of Swords, patience, contemplation, meditation, and the resting of the mind. Because when we do that, we create space. We create space for the universe to also do its magic. And when we're in the Four of Swords energy, which is this beautiful, resting, contemplative, amazing, curious, like meditative space, in that's how we should spend our time. Being patient isn't like, I'm waiting to go, I'm waiting to go, I'm waiting to go, I'm being patient. No, it's like really coming truly into the present moment, being in that meditative space and creating the space to let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. You can't see it because the light came in shining bright. Boom. Beautiful reading. So this is the overall arching, amazing energy forecast for February 2020. Again, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what it is that you would like to hear or what videos you would like, and I would be happy to give them to you. I also do private personal readings. The link will be down below. And follow me on Instagram at kaylastrong.seer. And I think that's all. All right, have a beautiful day.